What's going on, guys? At my house alone today. I was watching other YouTube channels. I forget what the name of the channels were. One of the channels covered an adult actress named Felicity Feline. And then another channel, and I'm going to get back to her in a second. Another channel covered an actress named Lana. I can't remember what her last name is, but her I guess her actress name is Lana something or other. And these channels were essentially giving commentary to videos that each of these two girls made, after having left the adult industry. Either made videos by themselves or videos with other women talking about how horrific some of those scenes can be. So, the video about Felicity Feline, which is essentially her sitting out in the yard talking about a couple of scenes, which I found out later was 3 scenes that she shot with the same folks. And in the video, she talks about how she thought that those guys, the producer and then the male actor, I guess you could call him, never mind, talked about how she thought that their intention was to break her, saying all kinds of vulgar things to her, trying to make her puke, with, you get what I'm saying. And let me go ahead and start off this way. I'm going to get back to that in a second. I don't actually have the ability to look at adult films anymore and get anything out of it. And let me explain a bit why. When I was in my 20s, I had a lot of fun. I knew a lot of girls. We had a lot of fun. And from my perspective, I understand that the type of woman who is willing to make a video like that in real life wouldn't be the type of woman that would turn me on. The types of women that turn me on are sweet and silent for the most part. I'm not saying that I demand silence from the women I'm with, but I'm just saying that the types of women who I'm attracted to, and I don't know if I've said this before on the channel, but I speak fluent Spanish. Generally speaking, I stick with non-white, mostly Central American. My most recent ex-girlfriend was from San Pedro Sula and spoke no English whatsoever. And from that culture, they're much more quiet. They're much more cooperative, and the word submissive comes to mind as well. That's the kind of woman that I'm actually attracted to. And, I'll word it this way. I could go onto any adult site right now and pull up a video, of, rough this, or even as shallow as softcore, the entire spectrum of adult films. And my body won't even respond to it because I'm not attracted to those types of girls. So back to the Lana Rhoades thing. That's what her name was, Lana Rhoades. Back to the Lana Rhoades thing, the Felicity Feline thing. These girls are talking about how they want to tell young girls not to get involved, which I don't disagree with that. I actually completely agree with that. There's nothing good comes from the adult industry either. If you look at the effects that it has on the girls who shoot the movies, or the girls who consume it, or the men who consume it, the boys who consume it, it has no. And I'm not advocating to make that illegal. I'm very libertarian. I think anybody should be able to do what they want to do, but at the same time, I think it's also important to have the discussion that type of work is very harmful to not only the creators but also the consumers. It's been since maybe when I was 27, 25 to 27, maybe 2013 to 2015. I've gotten nothing out of it. I have no urge whatsoever to consume it because I get nothing from it. I do better just anyways. But with the Felicity girl, she shot this video by herself. I think it's like a 30-minute video. I only watched the a review of it. Shoot, I wish I could remember the name of the YouTube channel. And so I could plug them, but and she talked about how she thought that they were trying to break her. And initially I kind of had some sympathy for her. Because I could imagine going into a situation like that and not knowing what's coming your way, and then having all of that sprung upon you all at once, and then at that point you're already there, you've already signed the contracts, and you're kind of stuck, Of course they have safe words, and, they can get out of it, but then now they're not getting paid, so the whole trip was for nothing. So I can understand. At that point, when I'm listening to her speak, I can understand how, maybe she bit off more than she can chew, and I had some sympathy for her. So after that video was over, I went on a site and I looked up the videos that she's talking about, which, that's right, you heard me say correctly, videos. She shot not only one, not two, but 3 separate videos with that same company, and each of them was more horrific than the last. I mean, I'll put it this way. If any of my nieces were involved with, if I found out one of my nieces had filmed something like that, I would go on a hunt for the folks responsible, because it is absolutely horrific, and I genuinely cannot understand how anybody could get anything pleasing out of that. I can't understand how there are consumers willing to consume that type of content. But back to what I was talking about. Like I said before, I had some sympathy for her, and then I found out that it wasn't 1 or 2, but it was 3 separate films, and she kept going back for more. So I'm sorry if you went once and things were sprung upon you. Yeah, I can empathize with you, but 3 separate scenes with the same people, you can't convince me that you didn't know what was coming. Now, the Lana rhoades, she's got too many videos. I was kind of like familiar-ish with the name, and I'm drawing a blank now. I'm trying to draw a parallel. Kind of like everybody in the late 2000s was familiar with who Sasha Grey was. If you consumed adult content, everybody knew who Sasha Grey was. I didn't really look up Lana Rhoades stuff, but she's on a panel with 2 other girls talking about the horrors of shooting films like this. And it's my understanding that she shot at least more than 100, if not hundreds of films, and she did all different types of. My point is, now that these girls are older and they're looking to settle down with somebody, the Felicity girl was talking about how she had to tell her boyfriend, who is no longer her boyfriend because of this, that she did all of that, and he left her. You know, sooner or later he left her. And then I'm sure Lana Rhoades, I mean, she's pushing 30, if not above 30 already. They're looking to do what we would call settle down. And they're finding it difficult to find a man that's willing to put his name next to hers on a contract because of the ridicule men brutally make fun of each other if they find out a friend of theirs is with a woman of the night, I guess we could say. No man wants to be that guy. And these girls are finding out that men care about your past. And like I said, I didn't look at all of Lana Rhoades' videos. Maybe she has some videos that are as horrific as the Felicity feline girl. But I got to tell you, if I was dating a girl and she pulled up a video of her doing the things that I saw Felicity feline doing, I'm not even saying bye. I'm getting up, I'm walking out, I'm getting in my truck, and I'm leaving. There will be no text messages after that. There will be no contact after that. There will be no anything after that. No sex, no nothing. No goodbyes, nothing. And I think these girls are starting to realize that these videos are forever now. They're online. That's just where they are. And they'll be there for eternity, or as long as mankind has the ability to not destroy itself. Those videos exist online. The purpose of me making this video is this. They're willing to sell their soul for temporary attention, but down the line, when they come to find out that they're not able to get any more attention because of their previous actions, that men do care, they like to play the victim. I'm not willing to let Felicity Feline play the victim because she went back 3 separate times. She had, from what I understand, she had other producers who were willing to. If you're in the industry, you've always got a lead. She had other producers who were willing to make videos with her, but she went back to these guys in particular 3 times. And in her video, she said that she had never experienced a partner of hers treating her in that way before, and she was curious. And if I'm honest, I think a lot of women think that way. Maybe not quite to the extent of what this girl went through in these videos, but I do believe genuinely that a lot of girls think this way. And it's sad. It really is sad that there are so many girls who would draw pleasure from what I would consider to be a horrific experience. I mean, I'm not, and I'm going to keep this description kind of vague. I'm not like, I'll put it to you this way. When I'm hooking up with somebody, I don't want you to kiss me. I don't want you to touch my chest, and don't make eye contact. I'm not going to abuse you, though. I just want to borrow your body to. Now, if I care about you, that's a different story. If we don't even necessarily have to be dating, but if I care about you as a person, then yeah, maybe you can touch my back, or something like that, but don't make eye contact and don't kiss me. And I think, honestly, the reason why I think that way is because I may be a little messed up in the head, and I'm okay with that. I don't really, and back to the dating girls from Central America, these girls don't do those types of things. My most recent ex, it took months, and it was enjoyable for me. I won't go as far as saying that she was a virgin, but she absolutely was not as experienced as others. And I could tell when we actually finally... Men don't want to be with somebody, whether or not they were on film doing what they were doing. Men don't want to be with somebody who other men know did these sorts of things. We don't want to be made fun of by our friends. And I think, especially now, with as large as the internet adult entertainment industry has gotten, a lot of women who participated in that are going to start to learn that your past does matter, and we do care. We don't hate you for doing what you did, but we're not going to put our names next to yours on a contract. Not only that, you've got the possibility of the transmission of disease. It's just a mess, and it's a mess for them for sure. And to some degree I can empathize with them, coming to find out after the fact that nobody wants them. The only folks who want the only guys who want girls in the adult entertainment industry are other adult entertainers, other male adult entertainers, because you're kind of on an even keel. It's kind of like an ex of mine, back when I was younger, way before I was red-pilled. I wasn't the nicest person in the world, and we were together for 2 years when I was like 21, 22. So, 10, 11, 12 years ago. And I'd break up with her, and then I'd go find somebody else, for a week or a weekend. I'd go have my fun, and then a week later, me and my ex would be back together. But the only way she could stomach getting back with me would be for her to go have some fun with another guy. And because of the fact that I did what I did, I was okay with it, because I had my fun, she had her fun. And that's kind of what I think is going on with folks in the adult entertainment industry having to be with one another, because you're kind of on an even keel. You've both been down the same paths. You can't throw that back in the other person's face. And to any girls that may be watching, your past does matter. And in the beginning, we may be curious enough to put up with it. But at some point down the line, it will be thrown back in your face. Whether or not that's fair, I'm not here to debate that. I'm just telling you what is going to happen. I can tell you this, that if I got with someone who had done that, they don't stand a chance. Particularly now that my construction company is growing as quickly as it is, I can't run the risk of the people in my city or the several cities surrounding where I live. I can't run the risk of them finding out that I'm with somebody like that. The image of my company is supposed to be a wholesome, family-oriented construction company. And so I have a feeling I'm not the only one, and these girls will shoot for the stars, but they don't want to land on the moon. If you anticipate yourself with a high-value man one day, think twice before you do things now that could potentially compromise your ability to do that. It's been a while since I made a video, guys. Don't forget to like the video. Please like the video. If you're watching it, like the video so that I can hopefully, hopefully the algorithm will work in my favor. Subscribe, guys, and leave comments. I want to know what you guys think about this especially. Yeah, definitely give me a thumbs up. Oh, hit the bell and click the all button so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And I mean that, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good one.